G'day everybody. This morning we're going really lo-fi and really low tech. I'm shooting just on my phone and I thought it might be something a little bit different to do just for a bit of a change up. Happen to have half a day off work finally today, and we finally got some sunshine after weeks and weeks and weeks of rain in Brisbane and gloomy skies. So I just wanted to have a quick look today at a couple of my favorite little things to do with the Garmin Overlander. So let's take a look. So the number one thing that I actually wanted to make particular note of on the Overlander, and it's a feature that has come in super handy and I never actually thought it would, is the tracks feature. So you can see here now that I've got a light blue line which indicates where I've been previously. So what that enables is if I want to track any places that I've been previously, it works if you've just wanted to remember the route that you've gone. If you're in town somewhere, if you wanted to remember how to get to any of the places around here, you could follow where you've been previously. But also it works as well if you're going off-road somewhere, and that's probably one of the things that a lot of viewers would actually want to have it in place for. And what you can do is reset the feature really easily if you've used it already and you want to change the path or erase the track that you've been on. So it's under the settings, under navigation, then under route preferences. Now what we're looking for in particular here is our travel history. So what that does is it tells you where I've been, your trip logs and everything like that. So what you do is you just disable your travel history. If you want to remove your travel history, I'm just going to select no right now. So what your travel history is if I'm in drive mode here, and you'll see a light blue line that's on the screen. So that tells me where I've been this morning. Drove along to the river here in Brisbane. And if I go right out, we can see where I've been. Tracback Island, down the Gold Coast, that sort of thing. It shows you all of the places that you've been. Now you can utilize this in many different ways. The way that's probably going to be utilized by most people is if they're wanting to find their way to a place and then back really quickly. So there's two ways to do that. The first of the ways that you can do that is under the drive mode and under Tracback mode. So what that first method of navigation actually does is it takes you back to where you initiated the unit or where you started the unit. So if you've driven quickly and turned the unit on, now this works for if you're walking, if you're four-wheel driving, if you're driving on city streets, it's all the same. As soon as you turn the unit on, it gives you a start point, and then where you stopped or where you currently are, you can hit Tracback and navigate. So you get to highlighted route. So you get directions immediately. So that's the first way that you can actually do it. And the second way that you can do it is while you're in drive mode. If you happen to be out four-wheel driving somewhere and you couldn't remember where you were or how to get back to where you were on the particular trail, you can just follow that light blue line. And if you wanted to reset that light blue line, it's simple to do that as well. Just go into your settings, navigation, route preferences, and down the bottom and clear travel history. So simple as that really. But there you have it. It's a couple of little settings that I use quite often, and I think a lot of what I actually tend to talk about and why I really do enjoy the Garmin Overlander is because of the things that I use it for daily. And there are a lot of, quite often things that you really wouldn't have thought about to begin with. The fact that you can remove it off the magnetic mount, super handy. It's, that alone has made it worth it. I go hiking quite a bit and I just take this off the mount and take it with me just in case. Quite often when I'm out in the middle of nowhere, I tend to just go for a bit of a walk and I'm not concerned about where I'm going, or if I'm going to have, to find my way back to where I left the truck or where I was in the forest or whatever. I just take this with me. I'm not at all concerned because, as we mentioned, I can use that Tracback feature. I can use the follow my route back on the unit itself as well. So there's a couple of different ways that you can actually utilize it. And for just a standard GPS unit, it's super handy. Alright, well, I hope that's given you a couple of little extra things to get out of the unit. As I said, forgive the crudeness of the video today and that I'm shooting on my phone, but I just happen to have a spare few minutes, and we happen to have a little bit of sunshine this morning for the first time in weeks, and pointing out those couple of features on the Garmin was something I've really wanted to do for quite some time now and haven't had the time to get around to doing a quick video on it. Alright, well, that's it from me today. Thanks very much for watching once again, and we'll see you next time we get 4 wheels on the road.